122 schools in Sabah to be closed from today. Sungai Semenyih water treatment plant back in operation. Good afternoon. You're watching Updates at Noon with me, Azlani Adani. Effective today, 122 schools were closed in 3 districts in Sabah, which are Kota Kinabalu, Penampang and Putatan. According to the Education Ministry, the closing involves 86 primary schools, 25 secondary schools and 11 private schools. The Education Ministry, in a statement, announced that the decision was made in line with the implementation of the Conditional Movement Control Order, CMCO, on the 4 districts beginning 12 midnight of 7th October. However, schools outside of CMCO-affected districts are to operate normally. The Education Ministry is fully aware of the concerns of parents and school staff regarding the current COVID-19 situation. Thus, the Ministry is constantly monitoring the situation nationwide and working closely with the National Security Council and the Health Ministry to ensure the safety and well-being of students and school staff. Previously, Senior Minister for Security Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri, in a statement, informed that throughout the duration of the CMCO in Kota Kinabalu, Penampang and Putatan, all entry and exit to and out of the 3 districts are not permitted. Only essential services sectors, including factories and chains of the sector, are given permission to enter and exit the districts. According to Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri, the Ministry of International Trade and Industries, MITI, will provide a list of essential services in the area. He also added that the government will continue discussing with the Sabah State Government to monitor the situation in all districts. The Ministry of Health will also be consulted first before taking any extra measures. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Muhammad Al-Bakri, has tested positive for COVID-19. The Minister confirmed this on his Facebook page yesterday, adding that he is currently receiving treatment. The Minister said that to this moment his health is good and he prayed to Allah for the recovery of all Malaysians who have contracted the COVID-19. Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli also urged those who were present at events he attended between 24th September and 4th October to undergo COVID-19 screening at the nearest health clinic. It is understood that the Minister had participated in campaigning in Sabah during the recently concluded state election. He is believed to have attended a special National Security Council meeting last week. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin will also undergo self-quarantine at his premises for 14 days on the advice of the Health Ministry. This comes after he chaired a meeting attended by Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli, who tested positive for COVID-19. In a statement yesterday, the Prime Minister said after the risk evaluation by the Health Ministry, those who have been identified as a close contact during the meeting have been issued a Home Surveillance Order (HSO) for 14 days from 3rd October and will need to wear the surveillance wristband. The Premier stressed that the matter would not interfere with the government's affairs, adding he will continue to work from home and share meetings through online video conferences. Tan Sri Muhyiddin also said as a precautionary measure, he had been undergoing COVID-19 swab test every 2 weeks since April and had tested negative all the time. He also underwent 3 COVID-19 tests in the last 3 weeks on 22nd, 26th and 29th September and tested negative. Over in Perak, the Health Department is actively conducting close contact screenings, this following 2 new cases which brought the number of active cases in the state up to 9. According to the Perak Health Department, one of the cases involved a 40-year-old man with travel history to high-risk areas in Sabah. The first reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction RT-PCR test he underwent on 29 September returned negative, but the second test on 3rd October returned positive after he developed symptoms. Meanwhile, the second case involved a 58-year-old woman who had travel history to Baling, Kedah on 3rd October. The patient and her family was involved involved in a minor accident on that day when she complained about back pain. After admitted into the hospital, she was screened via the RT-PCR method on 4th October and was confirmed to be COVID-19 positive. Both cases have been isolated and admitted into hospitals for further treatment. Malaysian workers stranded in Singapore are advised to contact their banks if they wish to extend their loan moratorium for 3 more months until December. This has been forwarded to financial institutions to help the affected workers. Johor Exco for Investment, Entrepreneur Development, Cooperative and Human Resources Committee, Muhammad Izzah Ahmad said Malaysian workers stranded in Singapore still need financial support to pay their living costs in the neighbouring republic.
Dan pihak bank telah meminta siapa yang memerlukan, please write to them or call them or see them. Okay. So how about those in Singapore, right? So you can call them. You can call them or you can email to them.
Meanwhile, Muhammad Izzah informed that the Johor International Islamic and Halal Festival 2020 has been postponed to April next year, following the current COVID-19 trend that has not yet shown any signs of decreasing. 10 countries, including Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Turkey and France, are to participate in the festival. The Sungai Semenyih Water Treatment Plant LRA has resumed operations this morning. This after 3 consecutive zero threshold odor number TON readings were recorded during water sampling tests. According to Pengurusan Air Selangor Head of Corporate Communications, Elina Basri, the raw water treatment process and LRA system stabilization will take about 12 hours before water can be redistributed to consumers. Air Selangor will also provide updates on the restoration of water supply in stages to affected areas as the process is being completed. In the meantime, Air Selangor has mobilized 92 water tankers to critically affected premises, schools and residential areas. Furthermore, 22 septic tanks, 10 stationary refilling stations, 9 service centres and 13 public hydrants have been prepared for affected users. Meanwhile, sampling tests conducted at LRA Bukit Tampoi as of 8 a.m. this morning still found the contamination level at 1 TON. The job registration system has been improved with the addition of various new features, such as the ability to match jobs corresponding to the qualifications of the applicant. Public Service Commission SPA Chairman Tan Sri Zainal Rahim Seman said the new SPA 9 system is an improved version of the previous SPA 8I. He also said the new system can update all the data in the previous system.
Semuanya telah dibantu oleh sistem ini sendiri dan dianya dengan hasrat kita memberi peluang kepada calon-calon itu memohon kerja yang betul, the right job matching. Di antara CJ kelayakan dengan bidang kerja yang dipohon itu ditentukan sepadanannya. Jadi ia mengelakkan pembayaran masa dan kelewatan menunggu. Dulu banyak calon-calon mengatakan kami telah mengisi borang tetapi tak dipanggil-panggil temuduga. Jadi kita lihat ini adalah sebabkan banyakkan calon-calon memohon di luar bidang kelayakan masing-masing.
He said this at the official launch of SPA 9 in Putrajaya. Tan Sri Zainal added the system was developed with identification cards verification. Applicants can check, verify and update their information using this system. All of the applicants' academic, qualification, citizenship, OKU cardholder and driver's license information are updated automatically. A cook, a factory worker and an unemployed man were sentenced to 4 and 5 months of jail by the Johor Bahru Magistrates Court. They were found guilty of hacking the bank account of a kitchenware company and transferring money totaling 727,000 ringgit from the company last August. Magistrate R. Salini said the sentence after the accused pleaded guilty after the charges were read. Each of them were charged with unauthorized transfer of money belonging to the company in 3 separate transactions of 150,000 ringgit, 270,000 ringgit and 307,000 ringgit on August 4th. All of them were charged under Section 424 of the Penal Code, which carries the maximum imprisonment penalty upon conviction. The accused were not represented by lawyers. Coming up in sports, Kedah edged Melaka to set up showdown with Perak for AFC Cup ticket. We begin with the Malaysian Super League. Kedah kept their hopes of competing in next year's AFC Cup alive after edging Melaka United 1-0 in a Super League match at the Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium in Cheras yesterday. Kedah can thank Muhammad Shakir Hamzah for scoring the vital 90th minute goal when he nodded home a corner kick taken by Ivory Coast import Kipre Tete. The win allowed Kedah to leap into second spot in the 12-team standings with 19 points, just one ahead of third place Perak on 18 points and 3 in front of Terengganu with 16, with one match left to go. Johor Darul Takzim JDT had earlier clinched their 7th straight Super League title on Friday to confirm their ticket to next year's AF Champions League competition. This leaves Kedah and Perak to slog it out for the sole AFC's Cup spot when they clash in the final league fixtures at the Perak Stadium on Saturday, 10th October. Super League side Felda United FC, FUFC, will not be taking part in the Malaysian League from next season. In a statement released yesterday, Felda Corporate Communications Unit announced that the decision to withdraw the team was made after the complete takeover of the administration and management of FUFC and its subsidiary, the Fighters Sdn Bhd by Felda from 1st September. The primary aim of taking over was to control expenditure as well as ensure the coordination of various sports programs planned and implemented to be more in compliance with its management, administration, procurement, procedure, financial management as well as risk evaluation guidelines. The Fighters are among 21 M-League teams including the M3 League side Armed Forces who have completed the privatisation of their teams and had been given national club license to compete in the 2021 season. In another development, Felda also confirmed 15 FUFC officials were terminated and they would be compensated according to conditions of their appointment. Meanwhile, Felda Football Academy, operated by FUFC before this, would continue to empower efforts to nurture talents among the new generation of Felda settlers. Felda United, who were Premier League champions in 2010 and 2018 as well as 2014 FA Cup runners-up, had also advanced to the semi-finals of Malaysia Cup for 4 times since they were established in 2007. Former national men's hockey squad head coach Paul Revington has been appointed as Malaysian Hockey Confederation's MHC's Technical Director for Development. MHC President Datuk Sri Subhan Kamal said the South African-born coach will not only be responsible for overseeing the grassroots development in the country, but also play a role as the 2026 Special Project Squad Director. Revington, who had previously served as the Great Britain Women's Elite Development Programme head coach, has signed a 3-year contract with the MHC until 2023 and will start work immediately. His first major task would be to help the national men's junior hockey squad qualify for the 2021 Men's Hockey Junior World Cup in India through the 2021 Men's Junior Hockey Asian Cup in Dhaka, Bangladesh, slated to be held from 21st to 30th January. The International Hockey Federation FIH have yet to announce the venue and dates for the World Cup meet in India. Revington's best result during his 3-year tenure as head coach was guiding Malaysia to qualify for the 2014 Men's Hockey World Cup in The Hague and Netherlands after a 12-year absence. That concludes today's edition of Updates at Noon. In our top story, 122 schools in Sabah to be closed from today. Tune in to News at 10 coming up at 10 p.m. on Saluran Berita RTM on My Free Views channel 123. You can also stream the news by surfing RTM's My Click. Thank you. I'm Azlani Adani. Goodbye for now.